Hello, 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 welcome. You're at WHPR, HR Legal Issues and Health, and I am your host, Carl Williams, and my co-host,
Gloria Ann Searles, good morning. The Lord bless you all.
and we're back. Uh, we wasn't able to make it last week. Like I say, it takes money to pay for these programs, and hey, we just didn't have it. But we here today. I'm here to bring you all the information that we've been sharing with you and a little bit more. And as we was coming in, we was discussing all these different things that, especially black folks, seems to assume it's true without any thorough investigation or without any thoughts. And when you think about that, it's really sad in a way that with all the things that we have suffered from in this country, the so-called land of the free and the home of the brave, which is a bunch of hooky pie, because it has been our problem.
hmm
And we believe everything that they say. We don't never say, well, wait a minute.
Yeah.
Why would you say that? Is that true or isn't it true? Well, who said it was true? Where's your evidence?
That's right.
We never asked the pertinent questions.
That's right.
And they're always talking about black is prone to this, black is prone to that. Like, don't nobody else do those things.
hmm
Have you ever thought about that? And here's the one thing that I really don't like. Well, black, they ain't gonna be able to pass the test because they smoking drugs. Oh, I didn't know that marijuana was drug discriminate. Like black folks the only ones smoke it. White folks been smoking it for years. They ain't never said nothing about them. They ain't just started doing it. They been doing it,
And growing it,
growing it, smoking it, and everything else. And you
crossbreeding it.
never, I don't care what they do, you never hear them say white folks are prone to anything.
That's right.
Well, I know one thing they prone to, lying. Now, they are a professional lie because they have lied to us, and we the biggest fools in the world. We believe everything that they say. We won't challenge nothing.
Got to challenge everything.
You're right.
We got to challenge everything. That was one thing Hassan caught my attention with for over the years. He said, "How do you know?" He was taught that. How do you know that you've been told the truth?
Truth.
How do you know? Now, I don't care who said it, but how do you know? Because they said it. No, you got to check out what it is they're saying. Check out what I'm saying. Check it out. Take it back to the root cause, the etiology. Take it all the way back to that, and then see what it is. And you'll find out it's not what you thought it was. Altogether different. Somebody invented it, discovered it, they call it, invented it, made it up. So we are it's coming back to bite us. The stuff that we have accepted as truth, there wasn't any truth in it. Some that was made up. Evil imaginations just continually coming up with stuff, especially to derate or to not really deride, but to put another nation of people down. Try to find weak points on every hand that they make up. And we're talking about uh, that we have smaller lungs. Black people have smaller lungs, so their capacity to breathe, prone to respiratory disorders. They're smaller brains, so you got to take a little bit more time with them. I think, it was the judge said that during that what was it, Darylyn Bowers and
Oh yeah,
Mary Young.
yeah, yeah,
What
yeah,
was the
the
judge's name? Fikens.
Vikings.
And he was saying about this black people were just couldn't get it. They wasn't gonna be able to get it, but some you have to really work with them and lead them by the hand. And I heard this man say that. I said nobody said nothing to refute this. What is he talking about? Yeah, that's an insult, you
Yes,
know.
it is.
But we allow people to say things. You have to correct that. No, got just as much sense as he got.
That's right. And we got to stop mimicking what they say,
Yeah.
like it's gospel. They say something that's negative on you. Instead of you challenging it or analyzing it, you promote it. You
Yeah.
promote it for them.
That's right.
Yeah, you know what they say. Yes, we are. Yeah, I know because I know so and so and so and so that had it.
Yeah.
Because you know two people that had it all of a sudden it's gospel. You don't sit down and think, well, wait a minute. What makes this true?
Yeah. That's right.
And how did he find this out? Based on what? So you got to start asking the right questions.
That's right.
Stop believing all this negative stuff that they put out there on you.
That's right.
You know they didn't lie about history, and every time you start talking about it, you find more and more stuff that they didn't lie about.
Mm-hmm. That's right.
Now, if we had known the truth maybe about 20 years ago, we'd be way down the road. We would be way down the road
Mm-hmm.
because all those myths that we've been believing, we finding out was true, was not true.
That's right.
They lied about Christopher Columbus for so long until they couldn't think of no more lies to tell. So they had to stop talking about him.
Mm-hmm.
You know, we gotta stop this. We gotta stop this. We gotta stop. You know, this is the 20th century. We gotta act like it.
Mm-hmm. Stop being afraid of so many things. I like to read the scriptures for history and just go back.
Good place to go.
I like to go back during the time of Christ. Let's go back those 2,000 years ago when there was no hospitals.
Mm.
You know, all this hospital, healthcare, this, that. You know, vaccines, blood pressure medicine, MRIs, CAT scans. Well, none of that. And the people, they were doing okay long as they didn't involve themselves with the so-called like Greek physicians. Then a lot of them caught diseases, developed diseases, because those people had knowledge of how to induce it then and now. And so you look at all the categories of stuff that came, the schooling, the different disciplines, the different fields of study, medicine and astronomy, astrology was there.
Yeah.
But all the other mathematics and the sciences that they put together, and the DNA, and people swear by the DNA. You can't even see it, but they swear by it. And the cells, and the cell theory, and the theory of evolution, and these people came from monkeys. No, a monkey came from a monkey. Or the monkey came from man, crossbreeding some stuff. It would be that order. It wouldn't be the other way around, But as you look at that and see how things evolve, and Christ warned, don't be deceived. Don't let any man deceive you, So then here in the 20th century, 21st century,
Yeah.
how do you know they told you the truth? You go back and just see what was added over the years and who it benefit and who it took advantage of. And it's a kind of a clearer picture. It gets clearer all the time as you look it up and just see what group, No diabetes, no high blood pressure, no strokes. A lot of the leprosy, yeah. Fungus, yes. Mole was here. Okay. That was used in warfare as well.
Mm-hmm.
And that's what we are today. It's a war. It's a warfare. Someone is continually trying to take our peace. They're trying to take our health, trying to take our knowledge, kill our hopes and dreams, destroy our credibility. That's a war. Taking some that don't belong to them is violence. And if it's your disposition and your health and your peace and your property, taking it don't belong to them, just taking it, that's war. We don't see what war is just because somebody didn't shoot over here and that. But if they shot a bunch of lies and deception and you went for it and it cost you your life or your health, your house, your property, then that's war. That's a form of war,
Yes, it is.
that people don't look at. So the deception is so great. We've got to read. We got to investigate. We got to research. When did that idea come up? When did they first get vaccines? When did they first start using embalmments?
Yeah.
Coal tar. Back then, embalming, and today, embalming. It didn't change. Same ingredients. So our people got to really wake up. People got to wake up because there's so much is coming at us so fast in so many ways on every front. That's the one thing we do. We can do better than we're doing. We're too relaxed
Yeah.
and nonsense.
Yeah, our head is filled with nonsense, with falsehood. And we got to get rid of some of this stuff and stop. We should be the most cynical people on earth. We should, but we're not. We're not. We too trusting, and we trust the wrong people,
Yeah.
and won't. And it's no excuse for it now because you got the internet where you just about to find out about anything you want to find out if you search for it.
That's right. That's right.
But I've always did research. We used to, me and our son used to stay down at the library. Used to be down there when it stayed open till 11 or 12 o'clock. Doing research, looking up cases, looking up different things. And some of them very same cases that we looked up back then still apply today. Because that's all they do. They come up with these new cases and they leave a lot of good stuff out that's still in them old cases, and you quoting something, and you really didn't get the real gist of what it was all about. And unless you go back to the original, from the inception, and then you start reading it, and you say, "Oh, wait a minute. Well, they didn't say this. They didn't say this. Well, damn." Now you got a total different picture of what they were talking about. Trust me, if you do your research, you're going to find out the same thing. I don't care what it is. I mean, they got laws on the books. They got one law on the books. It's a Supreme Court case. And they never really talked about the case, and that's a case that I always quote it because they can't get around it. They can't get around it. You know what? I don't know what it is, but sometimes you have something in your mind, you get ready to say it, sometimes it just disappears. And then later on it come back and you say, "Oh yeah, that's what I was talking about." Well, that's the way it is with this case. It is a Supreme Court case, and what it really says, it doesn't matter if it's the legislature, the judicial branch, or the executive branch. Once they violate their own rules, in so many words, well, then that's a 14th Amendment violation. Automatically. And then that's what gives you your jurisdiction to go in to federal court, from the state court to federal court. Houlihan, there it is. I know it'll come to me pretty, if I keep sitting around here talking. Houlihan. And that case never been overturned. And it still stands true. But all the cases that are, all these new cases, they never cite Houlihan. Now they cite some of these new cases, but they never go to the real case because Houlihan got a whole lot of good stuff in there that they can't get around. So what they do, they'll cite other cases and cite Houlihan, then they stop citing Houlihan, start citing them other cases. So you won't really see the real truth of the matter, or how it's deep-seated and how true it really is. So we got to wake up. We got to stop believing all this crap that what they say about us. Although a lot of it we do to ourselves because we don't analyze. Now we'll go and research everything else, but when it comes to stuff like this, which can make a big difference, we don't do that. We just that's I don't know what it is with us that we just so lackadaisical when it comes to finding out the truth.
Then once they find out, it's hard to make a decision to act on it. It's like they're not paralyzed, but they're so.
Trance or something.
Yeah, I was thinking about the different medications. Different
No.
people always asking about the blood pressure medications specifically, and the blood pressure readings. And see, my whole as a nurse, I thought like that when I was a nurse, and that was the key thing: taking the blood pressure, the temperature, respirations, pulse. But later, I got to thinking, who calibrating these machines? I done bought a lemon of a car,
Yeah.
spent all that money. So I know
Yeah.
there's a lot of stuff out here. They sell it, and it's all packaged up like it's new, and it is, but it's still a lemon, and it's going to give a high reading. And you're looking at all these medicines that's causing, you're taking it for blood pressure, but then it's going to make you a diabetic. Or you're taking it for diabetes, and then you start having high blood pressure. Then next thing, your kidneys are bothering. You're running too much of that. Then the next thing, you got all this calcium from the medication and what you're taking to strengthen your bones. But all this excess calcium, because ain't everybody low in calcium, and that's a stone, that's a powdered rock. So how are you lacking a
Deficiency
rock?
in a rock.
How are you lacking some from that's a rock?
Boy.
But the way it's
amazing.
wrote is so sweet, bittersweet. You're calling. It says you're calling bittersweet. You're calling like evil good.
Yeah.
You're calling different things. So it seems because everybody is in that mindset. You got to take this medication and unfortunately, a lot of the churches are pushing it too. They're telling people to follow through and do that when they need to look up the ingredients, look up the additives, look up and see what that is. You'll notice that in all the different medicines, that calcium. So it must be about 20 different type of calciums from A to almost Z,
20 different
calcium acetate,
calcium,
calcium
Mic
propionate.
don't seem like it's that loud. Let me see.
Oh, maybe.
Hello. I guess it's on.
There's a caller. You can maybe that's
Hello. Well, yeah, we got a call. I'm gonna take this one call.
maybe.
Hello, you on the air?
Good morning, Brother Carl. Good morning, Queen.
I barely can hear you, but
Can you hear me now?
yeah, I can hear you a little better.
Okay. Hey, Brother Carl and Queen, it's sad because as you both are saying, we need to re-examine everything that we have been taught by the slave master's children. Because for one thing, he hasn't been on the planet but a minute, and he has a predetermination to destroy the original people, and so when as you're saying, we go to them and we trust in them, and they are killing us through our mouths. You know, and like, you know, we take medicine. We got one problem, but we go in there and the medicine going to give us 5 or 6 other problems.
Mm-hmm.
And then they're going to give you another prescription that's going to interact with that and cause more problems.
Mm-hmm.
And then you're wondering why we having so many problems and we keep their pockets on full because every month we got to those prescriptions. We got to re-up those prescriptions every month. How do you take a pill for the rest of your life? You know, our kitchen, you know, the guy that came to us told us, he told the sisters, he said, your kitchen is your laboratory. In other words, take
That's
your
right.
mouths out of the white man's kitchen. They're killing us.
Mm-hmm.
And just some basic things that are all around us will solve many of our problems or whatever.
Mm-hmm.
You know, many of them. You know, oregano. You know, unprocessed salt.
Mm-hmm.
Honey. Cayenne pepper. Garlic. You know,
Turmeric.
all these things are in the kitchen. Ginger. All of them in the kitchen
Mhm.
or whatever. Iodine. Nicene iodine. You know, we got away from the turpentine. You know, we got away from these things that, you know, when they wouldn't allow us in their hospitals, Grandma and them had to figure it out for themselves. And they
That's
would
right.
go to the earth. They would go to the trees and come up with concoctions that many understand the Caucasian, they wouldn't even go to Dr. They would go see Grandma.
Mm-hmm.
You know, and so we had to examine this thing because, Brother Carl, you know, Queen, you know, we are gods, and we need to just go back into our memory banks and pull those things up because they're all there, but they keep us so calcified, as Sister is saying with the calcium, that it blocks up our pineal glands and whatnot, and so we can't, you know, bring up all that information because it's all there going back 66 trillion years. We ain't just got here, Carl and Queen. We have always been here. You know, and they know it. They know that's why they go out in the oceans and they see civilization deep in the ocean that have sunken. They go out in the Middle East and up on the sand, there's civilizations that been here for millions and millions of years, but they ain't going to tell me and you. They want us to think that we just came here 6,000 years. No, that's their beginning. They are a people who hate the original people. They hate the God, and that's the bottom line. And they do everything, understanding their power, understand to destroy the God that's present. And that's us. We are the very children. We are the very descendants of that God, and we better wake up to realize, understand, we don't need them for anything. Anything. It's on us. All we got to do is sit back and just be quiet sometime, and you'll find out what power that you possess. And they know it. They know it.
Yeah, that's absolutely true. You know, it's just that, you know, I guess it's just time for well, it's been time for the truth to just come out. And people have to just start listening to what they're actually saying. Because most of the time, people say things without even understanding what they're saying.
That's right.
And you know, and it's time now to analyze all this stuff and just start, you know,
No,
putting the truth out there.
that's right.
Because you hear people say it all the time, but it's just a saying because they don't practice it.
Yeah.
They say that if you know the truth will set you free. But then they left out the other part. If you know what to do with it after you get it.
Mm-hmm.
You just don't get the truth and then sit down and say, oh, man,
That's
I
right.
know this and I know that. Well, who is it helping?
Yeah.
It ain't helping nobody but you. But what about the masses? What about the rest of the people?
Mm-hmm.
So if you're not spreading what they call the gospel, the truth,
The truth.
well, then you're not fulfilling what your prophecy is supposed to be.
Yeah.
He didn't give you all that knowledge just to sit there
Yeah.
and just you know, act like you smarter than everybody else
Mm-hmm.
because you got this knowledge, but you don't want nobody else to know it. That's insanity.
Yeah.
And you're absolutely right. You're absolutely right, Brother Carl. And that's many of our problems. Many of us are afraid to speak the truth. We are afraid because we're afraid that the slave master will look at us, and we don't want to upset him. This is why when we speak about racism or anything like that, many of our people don't want to hear that.
Yeah.
They want to
Yeah.
put the blame on us. Well, let's just forget about what happened. But they remind you of 9/11. They remind you of D-Day. They remind you, understand, the Holocaust. They remind you of everything that has happened in a negative to them. But when it comes to us, oh, that was in the past. Get over it, understand? But hey, we're living now in a day and time, Carl and Queen, that the God that's present in America, he's present. He's the supreme being, and he's working, and he's bringing America down every day in degrees. And we better start taking the seeds and taking the lots that are near us and growing whatever we can. Because a lot of us, Carl and Queen, we going to go hungry. Now, if you're waiting on them to tell you what's about to go down, you're going to starve. Because with the flooding that you see going on across America, all their farmland is up underwater. They're waging war against all the countries that have provided produce to this country and whatnot. So the food is going to go sky high. We better wake up, understand, and like individuals like yourselves, you are so important. Your show is so important because I don't care what the sister say, hey, you a doctor, sister, and Carl, you an educator, and our people need it bad. You need to be on the major channels, where it can be broadcast all across because our people got to wake up. This is 2019. 19 is the number or the code of God. That's the secret code that Egyptian scholar back in the 80s and Mother Tainetta Muhammad unlocked it. He unlocked the Egyptian scholar, unlocked it with math. She unlocked it with music, sound. And they assassinated that Egyptian scholar for coming up with that code. But the number 19, that's the number of God. And we in 2019, we better wake up and realize this is just the beginning, Carl. We ain't seen the worst yet.
No.
No, I know. Oh, trust me.
That's true.
I know. That's why I try to be on here every week when I can. So we can reveal whatever it is that we know to the masses.
That's right.
Because Theo was right. If you know better, you do better.
That's right.
You can't do better if you're getting the same knowledge that you've been getting and expect to do better. No, it ain't
gonna
gonna
be
work
there.
like that. If you know better, you can do better.
Yes.
But you can't be afraid to challenge the system or anybody else. If you believe what you're doing and is right, hey, stand on that.
Yes.
You have to stand on that. I heard people used to tell me, "Oh man, you better stop talking like that."
Yeah.
They go, "What they gonna do to me, man?"
That's
Yeah.
right.
Well, I said, "What is they gonna do?" Well, you know how they is.
Yeah.
They do this, they do.
That's
I
true.
said, "Man, I said, well, let them do it then."
Or they tell you keep talking, you're gonna get fired.
Yeah, they're gonna
I
fire
said,
you.
I said, well, then I'll just quit.
Yeah,
right.
I'll quit. You ain't
I
gotta
said-
fire me.
I
I'll
said,
quit.
but
so I
what
can
y'all
stay."
don't understand, I'm my own boss.
That's right.
Yeah.
Don't nobody tell me what to say and how to say it. I pay to say what I'm saying. And if I'm my own boss. You can't
know,
fire me.
Carl, like I say, once you find out and know who the true and the living God is, when you know who the true and the living Christ is, when you know who the living and the Messiah is, and these three powerful entities are present and they are operating. Like I say, keep looking at them, what they call unidentified flying planes. They are real, Brother Carl. I have witnessed them and ripped in fleets of them. I have seen them our people who are orchestrating the destruction of this world. And you can go on YouTube and you'll see that they're seeing them all over the planet. They are witnesses, but they're trying to keep you from knowing that. The Honorable Elijah Muhammad taught us about those planes ever since the 1930s. And they are real. He was the first to talk about that plane a half a mile by a half a mile with over 1,500 bombing planes, each one of them carrying 3 bombs.
No, you talking about the mother plane.
You're absolutely right. And it's real, Brother Carl. It's real. Do the research. It's real. And they are operating. Look up in the sky sometime. You will see them. Look up at the night. Those ain't stars moving across. Those are some of the baby planes. And they are all over America, and they're preparing to bring America down, and they know it.
Okay.
Well, seeing is believing, and like you say, if you look up there, you know, you do see some stars, but all the stars that I see used to be still, but when you start seeing stars and they're moving,
That's right.
it ain't a star.
That's right.
It's something else.
Mm-hmm.
With the angels on there. The angels of death that are able to read thought. They're able to transmit thought. You know, that's real. They don't make these movies independent and all that for nothing. That's a reality. The day the earth stood still, that's a reality. They are present. And we got to awaken to who we really are. Because, like I said, there is no birth record on us. We have always been here. Where you can find our DNA in the universe. You won't find it in the sun and the stars because we put all that out, the sun, moon, and stars. We have always been present, and we will always be here. And we better wake up to realize, understand, and like I say, we got to tell our people, whether they accept it or not, we got to give them the truth, the raw truth. Our time is running out.
Yeah, well, you know, like they say, the truth is a light, and the truth will set you free. And it will if you, you know, trust in it and stand on it. I don't
That's
care
right.
what it is. I don't care what the odds is. I don't care how bad or difficult things you might see. I don't care what the numbers are. You could be out number 10 to 1 to 20. It don't make no difference.
That's right.
If you stand on the truth and believe in a higher power than yourself, you'd be surprised what you can do.
That's
You
right.
talk about move mountains? Yes, you can move mountains.
That's
what they're
right.
talking about. You can do the impossible. What they say
Yeah.
is the impossible.
Yeah. Mm-hmm.
Just by standing up and being yourself.
Mm-hmm.
And
You're absolutely right.
not to fear anything. Well, why should you fear anything?
That's right.
If you are really the creator of this,
That's right.
they always say that the black woman is the mother
She's
of
the mother.
civilization, but then what have you got to fear?
She's the mother, and it's the black woman that God is going to bring in these new people, or this new man is going to come through the black woman. And I try to tell black women all the time, you are the mothers of all these people that you sitting and you trying to bow down to. These are your children. You produce them. If it wasn't for the black woman, they wouldn't even exist. And they totally disrespect us. All of them disrespect us. But as the Bible says, honor thy mother and thy father that thy days may be long. That's also referring to black people who the whole world disrespect. In 2019, all of them look down on us.
Well, that's a fact, but you know, it don't take long for the truth to spread, and usually, you know, us we gotta have our backs all the way to the wall, and we gotta have a noose around our neck, and they gotta pull it tight and for us to gag a little bit. Then we'll wake up.
Ain't that sad?
Yeah.
But that's I guess that's the way they planned it. But you know, it's gonna be a lot of us left behind, but those few that understand
Mm-hmm.
and do what they supposed to do, they be here. They not going nowhere. It's just that these fools who want to believe everything negative about us
That's right.
and want to do everything negative to us. And we got, you know, we just gotta, hey, we gotta raise above that.
Oh yeah.
Raise
God,
above that and keep stepping.
Mm-hmm.
They will be fuel. They will be fuel for the fire, and fertilizer for the worms. But we will be here. And like you said, Carl, it don't take but one. When you got that message in your mouth and you know the truth, it don't take but one.
You best believe it. And one thing about the Creator that I know for a fact, that when you really believe in what you're doing, I don't care what it is, and He see that you're striving to perpetuate that belief and you doing what's right, he just make things easy for you.
Open all kinds of doors.
It
That's
open
right.
all kinds of doors.
That's
and then
right.
you'll see that same principle that you're using. You say, well, I can do this over here. I can do this over here. And every time you do it, it works.
You're
I know that
absolutely
for
right.
a fact because I done seen it happen to me.
Mm-hmm. Yeah.
You're absolutely right,
Yes,
Carl, what you're saying.
That's right.
You know, all this stuff that's going on with the Charter Commission, that stuff would have been over a long time ago if I didn't have the common sense to just believe in believe in the law
That's right.
and hold their feet to the fire. And once that's all it is, hold their feet to the fire, because they ain't going to do right. They ain't going to do right. I don't care what, they ain't going to do right.
You're absolutely right, Carl.
So that's all we got to do. We just got to do what's right
Yeah.
and hold their feet to the fire. And you know what? You always come on top. You always come on top.
Mm-hmm.
I don't care how dreary or how bad or how the odds may seem, you will end up coming on top. I'm telling you.
The cream always rises to the top.
That's right.
Shake it up, shake it down, shake it all around. When it settles, it's coming back to the top.
Well, that's what the truth is.
That's what the truth
The
is.
truth's gonna
That's
stay
right.
there, and it's gonna be revealed. Everything hidden is gonna be revealed, and it's gonna be made known. So
That's right.
that you won't be able to deny it.
That's
It'll be
right.
right there in front of your face.
Because you know this 5G, that 5G, that's a weapon that was developed by the CIA. They've been using, the 5G is banned in Europe. It's a weapon.
Yeah.
It messes with your DNA. It'll cause your mind to go mad. It's a weapon. And they're trying to put them all throughout the community. And they do all kind of damage, cause cancer, everything. That 5G is deadly. It's deadly.
Okay.
Over in Europe, they won't even allow, they banned 5G. They use that, the CIA been using as a weapon. Look it up. It's there. It's a weapon.
Yeah, anything that come against the people in any negative way, it's a weapon.
It's a weapon.
You know, it's we in a war,
We're in a war.
and don't understand it's a modern day war. They don't use guns.
Technology,
They use technology. You're right.
sound,
I
light.
mean,
That's right.
science.
Vibrations.
They use
frequency.
all these different things against us. The food that you eat is the main
Everything.
thing that they use to help destroy us. And we have to be careful what we eat and how we eat. You just can't just eat any old thing because they say, oh, that's good for you. Oh, do you know what they say? That's good for them. No. Certain things you ain't supposed to eat.
You're absolutely right.
That's true.
And we must think about these things. And
And
we
we need
must
to
just
stop eating
change our
all
diet.
day. All day you're snacking and eating all day. When do your stomach get a chance to rest? It takes 10, 12 hours to digest a meal. Hell, if you're eating all night and day, your stomach never get a rest and you're wearing it out.
Yes, that's a fact. And you know, people just does things out of habit, really, because I know I do a lot of juicing, and if I juice in the morning, I don't really get hungry. But if I'm around some people and they eating, you know, I might just eat something just for the heck. I don't be hungry,
Right.
but I just eat because it's there. You know, I don't be hungry because I've tried it. I've juiced in the morning, but now when I juice now, I don't juice like everybody else. I'm not drinking no 8 ounces like they say. I'm drinking 24 ounces, 16 ounces of fruit.
Right.
Apples, oranges, pears, and mix it all together with a little garlic and ginger in there, and I'm good.
That's right.
Yeah.
You know, so we got the and you know what? I remember I used to didn't want to do it because I used to hear him say all the time, "Oh, it's too expensive." It's just the opposite, because when you got the proper nutrients, you eat less and you need less. Your body does not crave for food. Your body is craving
Yeah.
for nutrients.
You're absolutely right, Carl. You got the doctor sitting next to you. That you're absolutely right on that. Once you get the right minerals and vitamins in the body, you won't eat as much. You won't crave for sugar or any of that mess. That's why they put sugar and soy in everything you just about to eat today, because they know that the side effects of those
Oh yeah.
ingredients or
that's-
whatever.
And it's addictive.
And it's addictive.
Very
Yes, it
addictive.
is.
In more ways than one.
It's you know, it's just a wake up call we trying to we like to call, you know, when they call in on this show. We want to be a wake up call so they can really sit down and just actually think about
What they're doing.
what they're doing. You know, a lot of the things we doing it to
We're
ourselves
doing it to
out
ourselves.
of ignorance.
That's right.
And we can change all this here. All this could be changed.
Yeah.
You know, you just gotta start thinking just a little bit.
We can't blame nobody.
No.
No,
Can't blame
can't.
Can't
anybody.
blame nobody. We got to blame ourselves.
That's right. I was thinking about what he said about the food. Imagine I can remember taking care of some people that was like on 46 medicines, 23,
46 medicines.
23 in the morning, 23 in the evening, daily.
Daily.
365 days a year.
Oof.
Well, if they wasn't messed up, they sure would be messed up if they take all that.
Well,
That's
now they have like
suicide.
full-blown dementia.
I guess so.
With all that medicine just daily. Where's it going? What is it doing?
Oh, that's
You know,
It was so-
you're
it was
finding
sad.
all that medicine
over-medicated.
in our waterways now.
Mm-hmm.
You know, it's in our waterways now. If you're drinking it, it's it's coming through your faucet. All the medicine that you're talking about, Queen, it's in the water now.
Oh, yes.
Yeah.
It's in the fish now.
That's right. You are right.
You know, you talking about statin medicine. Statin medicine. If you're taking that, you're gonna have dementia. You're gonna be senile. That's a guarantee.
Yeah,
You
so
need cholesterol. You need fats for the brain. The brain is almost 90 or 80% fat. It feeds off fat. You need certain fats. When you
On a
starve
natural
the brain from
Yeah,
fats,
natural.
understand you are damaging your brain.
Yeah. Yeah, like a natural fat, not a sand,
Natural fat,
not a sandy fat.
not
Yeah.
a man-made fat, not a chemical
Man-made.
fat.
What do they call it? Cholesterol,
cholesterol. Yeah.
sand, plastic. You know.
See, this is why I like sitting here with Glory, because she goes to where it originated from.
That's right.
Like a lot of this stuff with rocks and different things. And when you can go back to the origin of it, then it'll let you see what is really going on. And then people, it's kind of hard to believe some of this stuff, especially when you look at it and you say, well, wait a minute, they say in coal tar, like they got a tree with the coal tar and they got branches with all these different things that are derived from coal tar that we are eating every day and thinking that it's good for us when it does just the opposite.
Yeah.
So we killing ourselves, like they say, from the lack of knowledge,
Yes.
That's
proper
right.
knowledge. Not just knowledge, you got to have the right knowledge.
That's right.
That's right.
And that's what we're suffering from.
That's right.
Knowledge that you don't eat it. That knowledge.
Yeah.
That you don't eat it.
Well, we down on time now.
All right. Hey, but I appreciate the both of you.
And
hey,
thank
y'all
you.
keep up the good work. Keep the doctor by your side, Carl.
Oh,
we need her.
she ain't going nowhere.
All right. Y'all have a blessed weekend.
You
Love
do
you
the
both of
same.
Mhm.
This is the fastest hour in show business. I don't know where it goes, but it's leaving here. And hope that we have been informative, like we always try to do, and give you some fruitful information where you can make informed decisions and do better.
Do better.
Do
Mhm.
better than what you have in the past.
That's right.
Don't continue
That's
to do the
right.
same thing over
right.
and over and over. No,
Yeah.
you got this information. Now make a change.
Make a change.
You got the information to make a change with now,
Mhm.
because you got something to stand on.
That's right.
So until next week, hopefully, God willing, we'll be here with your support. We need your support now. This ain't magic. We need finance to help us continue bringing you this information. So until next week, see ya.